As you're planning your summer travel, one thing you may want to consider is how to leave fewer footprints on the environment. Marissa Segundo with Resurge Recycling Systems is back with some great ways to travel green. And I don't think I said your company name right.
Resource Recycling Systems.
I was going to say.
That's okay.
Make sure we get the company right, just to give you the street cred when it comes to recycling. Because when I first heard about this, I'm like, I don't even think of wanting to recycle on vacation. It's some of the things that you put back, but it's still so important to do.
That's true, but you may already be doing green things without even realizing it. The first thing is your hotel. Have you noticed over the past 10 years, hotels have become more green? They're encouraging you to not use that towel and throw it on the ground and then get another one. They want you to hang it up, and they encourage these green activities. So something as small as that, or even as you're planning your trip, there's a lot of LEED buildings. Now, you've probably seen the letters LEED.
Yes.
And that stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. So it means that the hotel itself is following green practices. They may have been built to environmental standards, so the type of paint they use, the amount of natural light. So there's all different ways that we can save energy. And one of the #1 things in order to be a LEED accredited building is to recycle, to have recycling on site. So sometimes you'll see, even in the rooms in a hotel, they'll have a divided trash can, or they'll have recycling near the elevators. So it's kind of, you can be a recycling sleuth while you're on vacation, to look around and see if there's recycling available on site.
Well, I feel a little bit better about myself because I actually do notice those things in hotels. So that's one of the first things that you can do is stay at a hotel that promotes recycling. What are some other tips when it comes to vacationing?
So reusing is always the first R. So think about bringing your reusable bottles. So whether you're taking a road trip or you're going on a plane. Now, airports, you may have noticed too, have these great refilling stations where you can refill your bottles really easily, and sometimes they'll even have counters on there that tell you how many people have used these, to show that everyone's doing this. Everyone is getting on the reuse wagon, and so this is a really good way to do that. You also save money. So if you're on a road trip and you stop by a convenience store and you're going to get gas for your car, take your reusable bottle, use that fountain and get water out of it and fill it up. And that way you're not buying the disposable water bottles, you're reusing, and then you're still filling up and staying hydrated during the heat of the summer, which is really important.
And I was say, then you're not having to worry about buying liquid and trying to get through security. It also kind of helps on that front.
Absolutely. So bring your empty reusable bottle, and even if you have a disposable bottle that you want to reuse, you can bring that and refill it at those refilling stations.
Okay, now I also see we're talking about liquids, but you brought I mean, yes, I'm pregnant, but I mean, you didn't need to bring me snacks. I appreciate it.
This may not fill you up for very long. And this is why I don't really want to talk about these kind of snacks. This is what we usually do when we stop at the convenience store. We're on our road trip. We're having a good time. We have these little fun size snack things that don't really fill us up very much. And the unfortunate part is this wrapper is not recyclable. So this is destined for the trash can after we eat our yummy chips. So I would suggest to bring, I love tangerines, like this type of season where you have these little, they're not tangerines, they're small, I don't remember that.
I know.
They're little tiny oranges.
Mandarins.
Mandarins, that's the name. So they're easy to open. You don't need a knife. You don't need any type of utensils. And the amount of waste is very little, and it's compostable. So these are great to just throw in the bag on the plane or on the road, and then you know that your packaging is completely compostable.
Well, and it's also better for the environment, but also more healthy as well.
Absolutely.
Win-win. Okay, any other tips you can share with us real quick? We're wrapping up on time. Anything you can throw out there?
So the other thing you should do is bring a plastic bag with you. If you're going on a hike or on a canoe trip and you're enjoying nature, give back by bring a little bag and collect the litter that you find in your path along the way. It's a good way to be a good steward for the environment and also to send a message to your kids.
That's great stuff. We appreciate your tips as always. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Like I said, those are little ways just to help the environment in big ways.